It's Fire 716.
Let's go.
It's Big Frank in the morning. Jay Cherie keeping it going. We got them hot topics, local news, and BGC flowing. We got Big Kev on the air. Dark Knight flying in here. It's Fire 716 and we rocking it here. Hey.
What it do? What it do?
What's going on, everybody?
Yeah.
What's happening? Real strong out here. Beyonce is screaming in my ear right now. The club is jumping.
Bring the Yep. Oh, the end is coming. Got you. Got you.
It's right after the song.
Oh, the end is coming. What's going on, people?
Good morning.
How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Great day, great day. I'm up at it. How was y'all Sundays? Y'all weekend?
I got by the Lord. Then woke up to an earthquake.
I faded myself out of the. I got it.
I'll hit the intro when we're done. It's Big Frank in the morning. Jay Cherie keeping it going. We got some hot topics, local news, and BGC flowing. We got Big Kev on the air. Dark Knight flying in here. It's Fire 716 and we rocking it. Fire 716. It's your girl Jay Cherie in the building. Big Frank in the morning. Big Frank is being a husband right now, so he will not be joining us this morning. But locked in the room with me, we got Kev on air.
Yeah, know it.
Daniel the Dark Knight, and part one of the Buffalo Bennetts. Part one of the Buffalo Bennetts out here. How was you guys' weekend? How was you guys' morning? Apparently, yeah, because Buffalo had an earthquake.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So, yeah, how was you guys' weekend?
It was cool.
Yeah,
You
weekend
know.
was cool.
I didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
Buffalo Bennett.
Yeah.
Sure, weekend was good. It was busy, and had a lot of business. Had to deal with some issues. Sunday I had a migraine the whole day.
Oh yeah.
But
That's
that
the
was
worst.
kind of terrible. But other than that, it was good, man. I can't complain.
Yeah.
Kev on air.
My weekend was a weekend, I slacked off. I had a project due yesterday.
Okay.
Didn't do it.
It's all good.
But I had two projects due this week.
Okay.
I did the bigger one, not the smaller one.
I legit have an assignment due at 11:59 tonight. So,
see.
Because legit after church yesterday, so 10 a.m. service was crazy. I got hard, like one of those collapse in your seat get got, and then like we had minister's prayer at 1:50, and I said, oh, it's gonna be round two. Like I already know what the service is gonna be like, and it was very round two. No word preached. People just everybody got included the pastor. Like it was crazy bonkers church. And after that, I was like, I'm gonna go home and have me a snack and I'm gonna lay down. Cause after that, you can't do schoolwork after that. Like it's just literally you gonna lay there
Prayer consecration.
and just relax. Like Jesus,
Download.
Listen. I felt like legit. I thought I was done, and then God told me to call one of my sisters, and she got last night. Like I was just like, God told me to pray. She's like, okay, God,
Everybody.
yeah.
Everybody getting it.
But it was a crazy weekend for me. I'm truly learning that God is seriously taking care of me. I got a notice. First of all, DMV, you slacking on your pimping real hard when it comes to the mail. But I got a notice in the mail like that was dated for January, and it was like, oh, you need to pay because the situation with my car. Thanks, Dad. I'm like the situation with my car, so it was like, oh, due to your insurance lapse situation, either you need to pay this money or turn your plates in. That was dated for January 8th.
Wow.
Nigga didn't know she was riding dirty for a whole month. Like,
Did they cancel the registration?
huh? Oh yeah, everything was suspended.
Wow.
Like legit, God was covering
Josh,
me.
good morning, bro.
Covering me for a whole month. Didn't even know Pastor been in my car and everything. And so I was like,
Covered.
listen. So I was like,
Yo.
I was like, God, I was like, I do everything you tell me to do, and I don't understand why I keep getting hit with these things. And like legit by the end of 10 a.m. service, somebody was like, I got the funds for you. Don't worry about it. Pay me back when you got it. And it was like,
That's what's up.
I didn't even talk to the person. It was just like, thank you for the word. This is what was going on. So this is confirmation. Oh, I got you. So like, went on to pay that good fee and say, save the receipt just in case.
Keep that
Just in case,
Fact.
Grand Island be like, oh, we in our system. I paid that.
In
But-
my system.
Right, but legit, God is faithful, and I'm just really seeing how God is really taking care of the girl, and that's gonna go into Big Girl Chronicles in a minute. But I really just was like, yo, God, you really looks out for the kid, like beyond what I could ever imagine. You know
No
what I'm
doubt.
saying? So like that was like a hit home for me, and then like I said, church was crazy yesterday, and then now I got to go do homework when I leave here. But that was my weekend. That was definitely my weekend. When we get back, we're gonna get into Big Girl Chronicles because I got something for you. I'm gonna try not to go up. And then after Big Girl Chronicles, we're gonna get into the question of the day. So stay locked in with us. Big Frank in the morning. Let's go.
Yes. Good.
I wrote like that for a year and a half. No insurance, suspended license, suspended registration.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, you had real.
Yeah, you had man.
you
Listen.
You had unspeakable faith.
I got pulled over.
Like,
And I knew it was a rap. I was like, dang, yo. And it was a state trooper, and my inspection, everything was.
You was just dirty. Nothing was right.
Yeah, everything was messed up.
Yo. It's over. No, valid. Matter of fact, turn it down. And okay. Golly.
I can work with it.
Just a little. Down.
Okay, Kelly.
Right there.
See,
They pulled me over and I was like, it's a wrap. And then he was like, you got some license registration? And my car at the time was so junky that like
You had to shuffle.
I couldn't find that joint. He was sitting there waiting. He was just like, yo, you been drinking? I was like, nah. Don't know. And he was like, just go ahead. I was like, yo.
Oh,
he ain't checking
he-
nothing. And I'm like, yo.
He was impatient.
Yeah.
He ain't even want to stop you.
Nah, he was actually work overnight. So he was like, yo, I was like, nah, I'm coming from work, you know what I mean? He was like, well, you changed my signaling. And I was like, yeah, because the signal don't work. But if I said that, it said in my head. I said that he wasn't going to give me a signal.
No facts.
Yeah, I was talking to my girl, I got off work, I was like, yeah, which was true. But,
Got you.
yo,
Dang.
but then they got me later.
I really just started calling it.
No, valid.
I want, yeah.
What?
It's funny.
I'll be
It's never in route.
eating it.
That's why anytime I get one over, I'm never going to work. I'm never going to work my job. I'm getting one over on the 90s.
like legit, my collar got me out of a very high speed.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Because like I mean
Oh yeah,
I was legit.
he looked out.
I was legit going 80, at least 80. And he clocked me. So because Bishop had a meeting with us at Tuesday. It was like, y'all better not be late. I'm tired of y'all coming in late. Do your assignments, blah 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 blah. And I was like, and I was assigned to pray that morning, lying because I was running late. I was like, I can't, because Bishop just said we gonna get in trouble. Like I was lying. He clocked me. He was like, I got you at 70. I was going like 82. He was like, ma'am, why are you running late? I was like, I'm sorry. I was on my way to church. I'm on my way to church. My bishop just had a meeting. Like he just saw the collar. And I was just like, I'm sorry, my bishop just had this meeting about us being late, and I'm on the prayer side. And he was like, ma'am, do you got any tickets? I was like, no. He was like, I'll be like that. He's like, I gotta give you something because you was going real fast. He was like, so I'm gonna just give you the ticket for like this snow covering your life.
Yeah,
I was like, the collar saved me out of a speeding ticket.
man, I done been.
I'm starting to snore. It's my favorite.
I done been suspended for months. Got pulled over. You know your license suspended, right? Nah, I didn't know that. Yeah, it's been suspended since February. What? It's June. No, I did not know that, officer. No clue. I don't know why it would be suspended. Come back. All right, I'm gonna give you a ticket. Go on about your business. Now that, to me, because without his license, they not supposed to let you drive.
Right.
Get home. All right, say less. You ain't got to say nothing. Straight home. Psych. Finish my day out.
That's when I finally got caught with that. Yo. I was coming back from the outlet.
What's good, everybody? You already know what time it is. It is Big Girl Chronicles, and on this very shaky Monday, in the Western New York area, I really want to talk about it's not coming the way that you think it is. So recently, God has been dealing with me about letting people pour into me, and because I'm self-sufficient, and some situations have come up, and when you used to going through stuff, you're used to things coming a certain way to you. Oh, I could talk to this person and they'll help me out, or I could just touch this person and they'll help me out. But in this season, God is really showing me that my blessings and things are not going to come the way I expected. And how often do we get comfortable with the method that God chooses to bless us? And how often do we put God in the box and say, God, because I need this, is going to come this way? The source that it came from yesterday came from a source I would never thought that it came from, but it was God truly showing me, like, in this season, understand and expect the fact that they can hear me. They don't need to see me. My face is fine. But no, it was really God teaching me, like, don't limit me. Don't put me in a box. Don't put me in a place where you think that what you need is going to come from the same source. Be okay with understanding that I may send a total stranger. I may send somebody that you would never expect, which happened to me yesterday. I may send a deposit in your bank account and you just don't know where it came from. Don't limit where I can bless you. And oftentimes when we put that limitation on God, we stifle the ability for God to move for us because we're expecting it in one place. And then when it comes in a different direction, we doubt that it's actually God and refuse to take the blessing. I know for me personally, even when the person came through for me yesterday, I was legit like, I ain't gonna take it from them. Like, I'll just wait. I'll keep driving on your grace, God, because I just don't feel comfortable taking it. And I was like, if it's meant for me to have, the person gonna say something later. They did, but it was like the point is, I was ready to turn down a God sent blessing just because I was uncomfortable with the source. And we do this a lot. God, I'm not comfortable with the source, so I don't know if this is you. While the whole time God is like, I'm answering the prayer. So in this edition of Big Girl Chronicles, I just really want to admonish you, take God out the box. Let God do what God does, and don't put limitations on how your blessings can come. But also know that God will always be present. If nothing else in this season, I have learned God has got my back for real. And he got yours because you're beautiful, you're intelligent, and you're graceful. You big people.
That's what's up. Yeah, that is real.
Yeah.
Oh, that.
Gotta. You know what? I'm gonna be honest. See, all my. I'm starting to realize that anytime I be like, you know what, guys, I need some money. He don't ever give it to me. He always give it to my wife. And at one point, I was kind of greasy about it. Like, that's what I. But anyway, you know what I mean. But like, I had to just be like, you know what? It's still in my pocket though. So
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've definitely had a moment where I was just like, word, really?
Yeah.
No, Lord. And then be like, nah, babe, you know, that's your money. You ain't gotta use that money. That's yours. That was for you.
No valid.
Yeah.
The guy be like, actually, it's for the house.
It's for the house.
Right.
It's for both y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard like that for a husband. I know me and Keisha both own our own businesses, and so I mean, sometimes her joint's going good, and then my joint is looking slow, and then vice versa. But yeah, she been getting more work, so I'd be like, "Yo, you write me a check." I feel weird about it. Like I'm like, oh man, I feel like a loser asking for that. You know what I mean? But then it's like, well, we're married. She's like, "Yo, it's our money." You know? What
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I'm just so used to being like, "Yeah, whatever." But
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But God does switch it up like that.
Yeah.
We be like, I don't want to ask you for money.
Nah.
Ever.
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't ever want to ask you.
No fact.
Like, I think for me, the most uncomfortable asking is like when I ask my brothers for money.
Mm.
My sisters, I be like, yo, we in this together. Like, when I cry, you cry, we cry together. Like, but when it comes to my brothers, like, I remember I was sending a text to Daniel, and I was just like, it took me 10 minutes to send this text because I was just like, he married, he got a wife, he got a daughter, he got stuff going on. You know, no, I'm gonna wait. No. You know what? Nah, I'm gonna wait. He probably sleep right now. Nah. Like, I was literally toiling with myself for 10 minutes. And when I sent it, like, it was like 2 minutes later, Daniel was like, I got you, sis. And I was just like, I could have got that 10 minutes ago if I had just sent the text message. But a lot of times that's where we do. We get to the place where, like, you know what, God, first of all, I'm uncomfortable for asking, and I'm self-sufficient. Like, the situations that keep happening, I'm like, God, you know, this is pushing me back to being self-sufficient and being a hustler, right? Like, I want to go hustle and get the funds that I need to get. And God was just like, or you can trust me.
Right. No valid. Or you can sit still.
Or you or you can just wait and watch me work it out. Like, instead of just, you know, trying to figure out a plan to back up the plan's plan. Like, you could just wait on me. So, like, you know, if you out there dealing with some situations, God is gonna come through for you. He's not gonna get you to the point where you just out here looking crazy, especially if you walk with God for real. God ain't gonna embarrass you and have you out here looking stupid. You know what I'm saying? But when we get back, we're going to get into the question of the day. And since I'm the only female in the room right now, that's okay. These jeans are strong, bro. But we're going to get into the question of the day. So we're going to hit you with a song real quick. And then we'll be back. Big Frank in the morning. Let's get it. Let's go.
Listen, I don't like to, but I know the difference in not liking to and having to. I don't know. I feel like for me, yes, we work equally. We do our, you know what I'm saying, due diligence. If I fall short, it only hinders us if I don't say nothing. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, if I need it and I ain't got no choice, I gotta ask you. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah. No fact.
Like, I was like, man, I want to ask, but I'm gonna have to say something. Otherwise, it's gonna come up anyway. So.
Right.
Good morning, sis and love. Yo, my strawberry sis.
I just spent too much money.
I'm I'm just saying. You know.
See, that's my problem. I don't save enough.
Right.
Like, and then when I do save, I end up going to it.
Right.
It's like I need it. All right, it's right there. Let me go ahead and use it. When I use it, it's just gone. Then it's be like, all right, I'll get back to saving. They could get back to saving.
I kind of do this like that's the thing. Like the worst thing you do when you own a business is like, all right, well last year at this time I was killing it. So now I'm gonna spend this, and then that junk come around. Like, wait a minute, hold on.
Right. Times have changed.
Now it's like this to happen. Now you're like, oh, okay.
Right. No, valid.
Yeah, nice. That's your fault. I kept that.
No, facts. Yo. For real?
My mic is on.
My mic is on too. Yeah, that's funny, man.
Man. It's me and my girlfriend.
I did that all last year. I kept playing. I'm like a big month. Nope. Or it's an average month.
Yeah.
But still, I was spending like it was.
like it was up.
No. I care at all.
Man.
Wait a minute.
I'm legit a Kingdom employee, so God gives me money when God feels like I need it.
Man.
Like,
Yeah. It's like that with business too, though, because like, you know, God send you money, send business. You know?
Yeah, no valid.
Yeah, I had like, then the guy would do this as a fake thing too, because like January now I need the money, but then I had like 5 cancellations. So
Oh wow.
What the?
No, that yeah.
Yo, son, like I was already this fast.
Man, yeah, that's wild.
Especially those one thing like switched up. I started like the word dog. That's how you gonna do me, though.
That's how we going now, dog.
That's how we doing it. I'm so mad, yo. I had to text him like, "There's no problem."
Right, gotta stay professional.
I really was like, "Yo, man, for real, you got no boss, you gonna chat with yo, dog, you know what I mean?"
No facts. Thank.
He was like, "Well, I just needed a little earlier." I was like, "Dude, I'll tell you, I can do the next day. You playing games, dog. Like,
Oh,
straight lie." It's all good.
I'd have made preparations
Yeah,
to appease to your needs.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yes, I was like, guys, I had a good week this last week.
yeah,
You know, but it was looking
gotcha.
struggle with.
No valid.
I just laugh at the fact that, like, legit, like, I have my moments where I be like, come on, God, for real. And then God be like, man, take it back. Like, and you just be like, okay, you ain't had to do me like that, dude. Like, you had to really talk to me like that, guy. I don't appreciate you just talking to me like, you know, all casual.
Like everything's just okay.
Right. Like, everything's fine. You all right.
I don't feel like it, but thank you, God.
Right. You don't feel like it's not what you used to.
No facts.
Yeah. That's why I was like, man, it's not what I'm used to seeing, but then everything's taken care of.
No valid.
It's coming through my wife and not me. I'm like, but it's still coming through.
Yeah, it's coming through. It's still being made.
I like what I'm used to, what I like. So there's a humbling there too.
Valid, yeah.
So I'm getting it just because I ain't getting it where I want to get it.
Right.
Now I'm not gonna accept it or feel like, God, you work. People have to treat me like this.
No facts. Man. Start charging people a time wasting fee.
Yeah. And I'm mad, like flexible. Like
That's
I go back out for free. I be doing mad stuff like that.
oh man.
Really
What you do?
Home inspection.
Okay. Word.
What's good, my TikTok audience? You know, fire.
You live?
Girl, yeah, I'm live on TikTok.
Let's go.
So what's good, everybody? This is Fire 716 Radio. I told y'all, you know, I'm a radio host, so I wanted to, you know, to let you guys get a little look in on the radio station. You know, this is Kev on Air.
What it do? Let me see that.
This is Daniel the Dark Knight.
That kind
That's part 1 of the Buffalo Bennett.
All right, well.
You know, and this is Fire 716 Radio. I'm getting adjusted apparently because I was never on live on TikTok before. So excuse,
Right.
you know, his huge hand. Looking at the wall and almost turning off my phone because he hitting buttons.
Okay. They do not need a narrative. Play by play. What's going on, people? You know what? You got it.
Yeah. Okay. So, I just wanted to give you guys a little taste of what I do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, since a whole bunch of y'all out here have been in the girls' inbox. So, you want to know what I do? This is what I do. So, hello to my followers. Hey, everybody that's joined us in. Send me a comment. Let me know that you're watching. But once again, this is Fire 716 Radio. You know what I'm saying? We're getting ready to get into our question of the day, so stick with us. Fire 716 Radio. It's your girl Jay Cherie in the room with me. We got Kev on air.
You know it.
Daniel the Dark Knight. And one half of the Buffalo Bennetts out
Buffalo
here.
Ben.
That's at home.
The other half is at home doing what she do. And we're getting ready to get into the question of the day. And I just want y'all to all know I'm the only female in the room. So this may get a little interesting in conversation. But the question of the day is it all right for a woman to lead if the man lacks leadership abilities in the relationship?
The
I
woman
wanna
is
categorize
sent.
what is leadership abilities? We need to define what leadership abilities are. Is leadership abilities the ability to pay bills? Is leadership ability the ability to get the kids in check? Is leadership ability always knowing what's coming next and what we doing for the day or for the week? Is it setting the standard for what we about to do? Is leadership ability, I don't know, praying for the family or something? Like, what defines leadership ability?
Good question.
That's a good question.
Okay, so I would say that, for this particular situation, leadership ability is really, I would say, like head of household status. Normally in a relationship, especially when you're a believer, the husband is the head, kind of like keeps the direction of the household, definitely is the covering of the household. But if you are linked up with somebody who cannot properly cover, I guess, effectively cover, or has been led by their own devices, is it wrong for a woman to walk into that role to maintain the household?
Somebody got to do it.
Right.
Right,
I don't
John?
think so. I don't
As
think that's
in
wrong.
being able to make executive decisions. I don't know. See, I find that to be difficult because I'm not really outspoken.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Whoa. There's a bunch of people that just joined the live. Hold on, you guys. I know you want to chime in. Give me a second, because welcome to the live. Apparently people jumped in.
Turn it down.
So for my viewers on here, you guys got comments? Or you just watching? Y'all just watching. Okay.
See you later.
All right. So
because I'm not really outspoken person. I tend to be on the fly about things and what I want to do when I want to do it.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm ever it got to get done when it got to get done is really paying bills. That's the only time I'm ever all right, so I got to pay this, I got to pay this, I got to pay this. And when does that do? Again? All right, cool. That's the only thing I'm ever really outspoken about. So I don't know. And I guess it'll go right in. I don't know if I'm much of a. It sounds bad, but I don't know if I'm really the leader.
I don't know how to get rid of them.
Really? Sound contradicting, but I don't know. I'm the leader. I make money.
Right.
I, take care of kids.
Yeah.
Take care of other people's kids. Even sometimes.
Quita says she's definitely the leader.
And I don't know. I think it's more because I don't like controversy.
Right.
So I'm not one to always have an opinion on everything because I don't want to argue.
Right,
So, in that retrospect, maybe I'm not necessarily the leader. So I
Maybe
guess
just in
my
the
wife
line.
is the leader. Though I don't know. I'm probably gonna have. I'm probably one of those people that I be chilling as long as everything good.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
once
yeah.
something go bad, now I got a whole lot to say.
Yeah.
And I don't care what you gotta say. I say what I said. I don't care what you gotta say. You gonna say what you gonna say? I don't care though. I said what I
Right.
said. I think that's probably the kind of person I really am on the inside. So like, so I don't have an issue if I ain't picking up the slack. You know what I mean?
I think it goes.
Somebody got to.
Right.
know.
I think it goes back and forth. I think that the man's called to be the head of the household, but also too, a good leader knows when, like, hey man, I'm slacking this area.
Right.
Could you please help me out?
A good leader know how to delegate.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
valid.
You help me out with this.
You're good at that.
Valid.
So all of that's going to just be your thing.
Because
I'm
any
really
husband
just good at this
that doesn't appreciate their wife's opinion,
Yeah.
and like my wife got mad.
Sorry, y'all. We're
ideas.
back on TikTok. Had some issues.
No, you
my,
good.
my wife got mad good ideas and different ways of thinking that I may miss. So I need that. So the
Valid.
leader is like, hey, not like yo, I got all the answers. I don't. If
No,
you start
valid.
thinking you got all the answers, a leader, then you we about to drown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
No,
saying?
valid.
I mean, I think that is nothing wrong with loving undergirding the household.
Right.
When
That's good.
when
Drew Ski was good, Brody.
when there's a I would say a breach,
Shout
when there's a breach in it, because I believe that the wife being the helpmeet. If my husband, he ain't gonna go astray because I ain't got that to be doing. I've been waiting too long. But if my husband was to go astray just because something happened or like lifed him real quick, I believe in just undergirding him, covering him in prayer, and asking God to restore him back to the place that he's supposed to be. Because at the end of the day, if you're not able to undergird your mate when they're in a fallen state, then that's a whole nother set of issues. For me, leadership, I think even in relationships, whether you guys are together or not, there's a shift of power sometimes in the relationships.
Valid.
It's not necessarily like, oh, I'm the submissive one and that's it. Like, I'm just like, there's this shift of power because he may not know how to discipline, but you do. You know what I'm saying? You may be terrible at money, but he's good with money. So I think with the term like, oh my God, he's my leader, and like how we've made it in a very churchy sense, he's the head of the household and that's it. And you're supposed to submit, even though the Bible says likewise.
Yeah, valid. No,
submit
valid.
to one another.
Submit to one another.
another.
I think this is a topic that oftentimes needs to be discussed in relationships because some people have issues with the other person leading.
Yeah.
And like, I remember having a male friend and he was just like a homeboy. It wasn't like somebody I was dating, but he was just like, my wife don't understand that I'm the leader, then we gonna have problems. And now I'm like, brother, and that's why you single. Right. It's not enough. God is not sending an authority, or like God placed him as the head of the household, but is not an authority type situation.
Right.
And I think we have to get to the place where you're understanding when you're in a healthy relationship, like the powers will change, but you have to be okay with, okay, babe, I'm a lead on this. Okay, I'm a lead on that. Because for me, I don't mind submitting to a man who's led by God because I know you hear the Lord.
Right.
But if you stop hearing from him, and I'm hearing him clearly, I will share that with you and be like, this is what God is saying. This is what God is saying connected to our relationships, but also like be humble enough that if he be like, babe, I hear this, but I may hear something different, be like, okay, God,
what's up?
Give us the clarity.
Yeah, no, valid.
Somebody is off. And so it's one of us, but we gonna read the comments real quick. Quita said, being the leader doesn't mean it has to deal with conflict or anything. I just get things done and handle, but I don't mind sitting back and letting Daniel lead with some things. I just have a stronger mindset. Quita is jive strong.
She's so heavy, man. Like, and I don't know. I guess it's also because that's kind of in the household I kind of grew up in. Like my mom kind of like just was doing whatever my mom would do.
Yeah.
My dad would just handle whatever he handled. But if he don't like how something ain't handled, I would never know that he got a problem with it.
Got you.
But
Right,
I guess mommy will eventually find out that he got an issue with it.
Effective
you know,
communication.
Right.
That's just how
Right.
I guess this is how I am. I'm just laid back about everything. So,
Valid.
like, and then
Aw,
a lot
man.
of things like that she think is real serious. A lot of things that she think is serious, I'd be like, yo, I don't care about that at all.
At-
Like,
Right.
Yo,
like,
Right.
I'm just glad I'm not the only one because it's gonna get paid when it need to get paid. It's gonna get handled when it need to get handled.
Yo, it don't
I ain't
be
even about
that
to stress
stuff,
over
yo.
it.
Be like,
Like-
it be stuff
Yeah.
they gotta deal with people, or like stuff
Yo,
stuff that she may want to do or don't want to do, and things
Yeah,
that
don't-
I'll just be like, I'm just gonna hear you out, but like, this has nothing to do with this. This really don't have nothing to do with anything that has to happen in this house. So
Right.
I'm not really interested in it.
That's why I kind of lean towards. Well, I know the Bible to be true about the man being the head of the house because those things don't bother us.
Right.
Like all the bills do. I'd be like,
Yeah, that happens.
I'm like, flip the payment plan, give them this, do that. Do that.
Right.
Like, they're not. They can't cut it off in the winter time. Like,
Right,
shit.
you know what I'm saying? They can't cut the heat off. So
Like,
Valid.
you gotta know these things.
they can't cut the heat off. And then,
Yeah, like
then when it get hot, I don't really need the heat no more.
Right,
And
yeah.
that's when I would call heat and be like, "Yo, man, you know, have it."
Thank you.
No,
they
facts.
pay me.
Yeah. Like certain things is not going. Like we were just talking. You know, I wrote dirty for a year and a half. Like I'm not writing dirty now. That was my younger year, but the fact that I can do that
Yeah.
because I had to get to work. Like you
Yeah.
know what I'm
They
saying?
care about none of that other stuff.
You know,
Get it.
like
Get it done.
yeah, like I'm pretty sure, like you know.
I'm real lackadaisical.
Like a woman be like every time she get in the car, like, man, I'm about to this is gonna be the day.
right.
Shoot, I was shopping, chilling, talking to police officers. I didn't
No
think nothing was gonna happen. You know?
Pulling up to police
Right,
officers,
right,
like-
right. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that it's a different type of things that men can handle. I think that God gives women the strength when, especially if they're a single mom or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and
think
to endure
they get
certain
that
things.
man strength. Yo,
Right.
like they
Do
be
whatever.
flipping, doing all types of stuff.
Yo,
Right?
I seen.
But
a-
that's why we
Extra
worried
stuff.
about bills.
Yeah.
Extra stuff,
like
most stuff. Yes.
that's why a lot of women are concerned about bills because when you grew up in the atmosphere where you walking on faith a lot.
Right.
Like, you come home like, okay, the electricity's still on. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
You kind of like, I think, especially like with that situation, that's why I am
Turn all the lights
so
off.
like
Stop
anal
turning
about
the lights
bills.
off.
Because I mean, don't get me wrong, payment plans, yes, I don't trip about stuff like that. But if I know I'm beyond the payment plan and I ain't got it, it's like, okay, we need to bust these moves.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
brother, you ain't got it, I ain't got it, and the Lord is silent. So
No,
Right,
fact.
right.
and we walking around here buying candles just in case. like, okay, we gonna try to make the situation do what it do. But I think like it also comes into the fact that, and it's crazy that I actually heard a conversation like this, but it was like, oh my God, my man doesn't lead because he doesn't take the initiative to start having sex. And I was like,
Oh,
I feel like
where?
What?
Totally
Where's that?
different. They ain't got
Where?
nothing to
That ain't got nothing to do with
Yeah.
leadership.
Where? Life. Did sex become a part of this?
Yeah,
Like, I
right,
was just,
yeah.
she was like, because if he's supposed to lead, then lead me to the bedroom. And I'm like,
do. Girl, you
That's a
should
good-
eat.
I
You better walk.
Right.
You don't remember the way.
Yeah.
We need to go see a doctor. That's your problem.
Fact.
I was like, or jump on him. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know what to
right,
tell you.
right,
Like,
right.
I was like, that has nothing to do with leadership. Who raised you?
Who raised
Like,
No fact.
but for me, like in some minds, that's what leadership is. Like, it's complete control over
Everything. And it's just like,
But I ain't gonna lie. It would be cool,
what?
like to have complete control over everything. Because then it would become an issue.
Yes.
Because the issue will come because now,
You controlling.
yeah,
Yeah.
either not even that
It-
you will be controlling, but that now things ain't getting done when other people want them to get done. And I'm already the type of person that if I'm doing it, I'm gonna do it when I feel like doing it already.
Fact.
So like,
Yeah.
since I'm already like that, and then you gonna get mad at me, and I'm gonna look at you, and you're gonna see that I don't care that you're mad. But cool, okay,
Yeah.
I hear you.
And that's the moment that he shows violence.
You're validated,
Listen,
out of your control.
I feel like
Out of your control, bro.
sex ain't got nothing to do with leadership.
Not even a little bit.
Like because I'm kind of like, I don't like rejection. So if I press up and you push back,
Yeah.
I'm hurt.
I'm
For the
hurt.
rest of the week.
I'm-
Don't talk to me.
legit for the rest of the
For the
week,
rest of the
like
We system that joint.
listen,
Until you come and reconcile with me.
Yeah.
right.
I be hurt.
Now you gotta engage.
Now you gotta
You
be-
feel me?
I'm-
Now you gotta initiate.
I'm by myself.
Yo, facts, cause like
Showered
it's.
and everything. Hair for this moment.
Okay.
I shaked for
I
this.
ain't gonna lie.
No,
I ain't gonna lie.
okay.
I'm not gonna let
That's
this-
be my problem. My problem be, I took a shower early.
Right.
I was ready.
I was ready.
I got myself ready because I'll be like, sometimes I just don't be ready. But I was ready, and it's 11 o'clock now, and now I'm tired, and I'm gonna go to sleep, and now I fall asleep, and then you get mad because I fell asleep. Well, girl, I got ready at 8:30.
8:30. I had plans to endure
Yeah.
through some time. Like I wanted to put some time in.
Right.
At 8:30.
I started early for you, and you took too long.
I
Yeah.
was ready.
I'm not doing
Now I'm
Meanwhile, the
heart-
woman
now I'm
is
heartbroken.
like, I just got in from work.
Right.
My
Mm.
lady cycle just kicked in, so
Nah.
I'm miserable.
Not at 8 o'clock.
And now I got to
Right.
deal with you. Now I got to deal with your attitude.
I don't have an
Because
attitude.
you was ready at 8:30,
I'm just
and
heartbroken,
my
that's all.
body forsaked me.
Listen.
Like now I got to deal with you. Now you salty
What
all
that
week.
mouth do? What that mouth
Because
do?
You was ready the one time I wasn't ready.
Right.
And now I got to deal with your attitude. Get yourself
Nah,
together.
listen.
No, like that's the one thing I'm gonna be like, no, nigga. Like, we not gonna do that because I know,
But see, that's
especially
different though. See,
especially among black women though. And this is what
if you
like
coming into work, if you coming in the house late, I'm not pressing you about
Right.
it. Okay,
Right,
You ain't get here until
Facts.
8:30. But we've been home.
If I'm a
We've
prep,
been home for 5 hours.
facts.
We've been
Yeah.
home.
If we've been home chilling, you in the kitchen cooking,
We
you
chilling.
get what I'm saying? I'm chilling. I'm like,
I done took a shower.
tonight's gonna be the
I done
night.
took a,
Right,
I took a shower.
I done
took a
turned
shower
off the
right
TV.
after we ate.
You doing what you
You
do?
went off. I'll start cleaning the dishes. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna speed this whole process.
Facts.
mad on
I'm-
the emphasis that I took the shower.
Listen, I'm preparing
No,
for
this is
relaxation.
Like I actually took a shower right now.
No, because like
Our
that's
supposed to happen.
that's really a thing though, because like, and I'm pretty sure most women are like this, but like, at least I know my wife. Like, she like, yo, you can't even get in bed until you take a shower, and
Yeah.
like in general, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Right.
so
Indeed.
now I'm like, so I took a shower so I could be in bed, so I could be in position to be
right.
Right.
when you ready.
No
You know
delay.
what I'm saying?
Right.
I was, that's why the emphasis is on I took a shower, because taking a shower
Yeah.
is a because it's the prerequisite to go to bed. That is my that's my official stamp saying
It's time. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm ready. I took a shower.
You just don't like
I
that.
took a shower.
That rejection, man.
So
Fact.
apparently, TikTokers, if a man
What's up,
takes a
Sharita?
shower before y'all jump into bed, apparently it's time to have
But
sex.
that's only it, but I'm just saying, if that's
Fresh
a
sweatpants on and
prerequisite,
everything.
if that's a prerequisite for him going into the room and even laying in bed, yo, don't walk into this room, don't sit on the bed, nothing. Because
Till you hit
done
that
went
shower.
outside one
Yeah.
time.
No,
and came back
facts.
in the house until you take a shower. Don't touch that bed. Cool, fine.
Say
I did
less.
fight it
Yeah.
for a while. You know what I'm saying? But this is the lifestyle that now I'm accustomed to living. So
Because
now that you've trained me,
yeah,
Facts.
right.
you know what I'm saying? So now I work on your training. So, hey, I took a shower.
You don't want to get all that way, get rejected because you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Your nuts smell
I've been
a little
I've been
funny.
messing
Right.
with
Listen.
and I've been
She like,
messing
I'm
with you
ready.
all
Like,
day.
yeah, word. And she like, what's that smell? You like,
I've been messing
you know,
with you.
the
I've been
cats
messing
was
with
up
you
here,
all-
man.
I've been messing with you all day. I've been messing with you all day.
Right.
I've been staying out your way.
Facts.
Right, right.
Like,
I've been trying to keep the mood
You know,
light.
keep
You
the
feel
peace,
me?
you know
Trying to
what I'm
keep the
saying?
peace. Facts.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I've been working my way.
Right. I'm trying to take the load off of you
Yeah.
because the load that you about to carry is gonna carry you for a few days.
Yeah.
Okay, listen.
It's the idea of my nuts smelling. Like for me, and that's
Train. Listen,
like
it's
for me,
real. I'm about to
it's-
talk about that
It's
too.
really,
Some
you
females
know,
don't
the
get it,
idea
you know?
Facts.
that I'm learning even in my studies in school that a lot of Black women are more susceptible to things like endometriosis and things of that nature, which is pretty much the lining is grown on the outside when it's supposed to be on the inside, so it causes pain. And so like I've seen this case happen a lot more often where people be like, I was trying, give my wife, and she just like, no. And I'm learning like some women are raggedy. Let's put that out there. Some women are raggedy, but like a lot of it is because this is becoming more of a pressing medical issue. And so it's like, we're not trying to reject you. We're hurting.
Right.
So at this point, and or on the flip side, non-medically, you was a little too aggressive the last time. And just because you was in the shower a little too long. So
got
we
out the
already know
shower,
what
she
the
was
night is
sweet.
looking like, and we got to be up at 4 a.m. Babe,
Not happening.
let's catch
Yo.
us on days where we both off. Like, because you was in the shower for 30 minutes. So I already know
Trying to
you
get
done
clean.
manscaped. You trying to put in the all-nighter, and
Yes.
I got a 20-minute.
All I got for you, family.
All right. So about being trained, right? And
how many times are we gonna have this?
listen,
argument?
and I'm only saying trained because my boy Drew brought it up.
What up, Drew? Drew C.
I was watching a video.
Sorry,
I was watching a video, and this guy was like, as a partner, you have to be impressionable. And that runs in the line of training. You get what I'm saying? Because if you're not impressionable, that means you're not willing to learn. You get what I'm saying? And if you're not willing to learn in a relationship, you're not willing to grow.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So if you're not impressionable, you can't. Certain things like sex will be a burden to some females. You get what I'm saying? So like, you know,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it really ain't got nothing to do with leadership. Really don't like.
no leadership, like
Like
being a leader. But no, it do though. Wait, with what?
Oh, I'm talking about.
Oh no, with sex. No, valid. But
I'd
with
be a terrible leader. if
No,
I could put it down, like how Usher and R. Kelly be talking about in the video. I could be going. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
no fact. But like
I ain't
if
100%
you
though.
but if you're not willing to, even as a leader, you have to be impressionable.
Right, you gotta be able to.
You
run.
get what I'm saying? You have to be able to impress upon somebody effectively, because if not, then you're toxic. You'll be end up, let's use the term toxic, but you get what I'm saying? It'll turn toxic and eventually, and nobody wants that. And then also the person who is a leader may not be susceptible. Yeah, thank you. To your unwillingness to be impressionable or to be impressed upon, because who wants to be with somebody who's not willing to make any change?
Right.
You know.
Right.
So
The doctor said, fellas, please take a shower before intimacy with your wife. Sis can't keep getting UTIs and bacteria because you were not clean.
listen, now that's real.
And that's a real thing.
That is very so
Like,
real.
That in the words of our great brother Marquise, lift and scrub. Get in the creases and crevices of the junk.
You might have to get a special soap for that area. You know what I mean? Like,
be
a ball toner.
nice to yourself. You know what I'm saying, bro?
I find the older I get, the more I'm like, man, that's me smelling like that.
Wow.
I got
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I
can't
like
just
that.
I can't just regular body swash no more. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get something special.
You gotta make
No,
sure you handle it,
Make
so
sure
your
you
body
manscape.
changing, yo. Like
I get
Facts, yo.
Manscaping is essential.
Man,
'cause
they got a
hair
whole
carries
package.
smell
Yeah, they do,
and
yeah.
bacteria.
Yeah.
And that's any hair under your arms, legs,
Valid.
Yeah.
lady parts, man parts. Hair carries smell and bacteria.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when you out here, people know, the natural consensus to the question of the day really is there's nothing wrong with a woman leading. It's more undergirding at this point,
Valid.
and helping
She's
your
sent to
man
be a helpmeet.
restore
Right.
and get back to that area that he needs to get back to, you know what I'm saying? But also maintaining, doing what you got to do. And Sharita says special soaps are necessary. Women are very sensitive.
Listen,
Right.
no, that
So
is scary.
when we get back, we're going to get into some church mess because there is church mess. And then we're going to get into some hot topics finally.
Right.
Finally, because a lot happened in the last couple of weeks. It's your girl, Jay Shree. Big Frank in the morning. Let's go.
No, right. Facts.
So necessary, like, no, I legit, like, I was having a conversation with some of my lady friends, and she legit said, like, the reason why she did not like having sex with her husband is because his lack of manscaping.
Dang.
And it wasn't like, oh my God, I didn't tell him to manscape. She was like, I mentioned it. She's like, I mentioned it in a nice, sensitive way. He still didn't listen. I went out and bought the manscaping stuff. It's still sitting in the box. Like, she was like, he just did not want to manscape, and she was like, and I'm not like,
She turned off. Yo, that's
She told you. She told you.
no valid. Like if effective communication. Who? Oh, Jess. No, it's just those. It's no,
okay, how was that?
no, that's just headphones. That is not mic. Bring that back down some.
Check 1, check 2. It is kind of low. So Zanetta said, click on it, Kev. Zanetta said, wait a second, what was the convo? I'm confused as to what I just walked in.
Man, you don't miss the whole joint.
So the question of the day was, if a man has an inability to lead, is it okay for the woman to lead? Then it shifted to
They hear the
sex and
music.
leadership.
They hear music.
Then it shifted to sex and leadership.
Next one.
Because apparently one of the females that was, I started having this conversation with said that she felt like if her husband can't lead her to the bedroom, so to speak, that she is not an effective leader. And so that's what you walked in on. And then it shifted to personal hygiene.
Right.
Like that the great doctor told us, to make sure as the men of God at this table say shower first.
Listen.
And then we went into manscaping.
But that also has a lot to do with leadership. Like she's leading you to the water, brother. All you got to do is drink. Drink. Shave. Clean. Like Doc. Right. Put a bow on it. Listen, baby. Everywhere you look, man. No facts. Wait, why is this on my timeline? She did just say. Listen. Right. That is valid. Very, very valid.
Well, I mean, at that point,
That's what I said, Shrita. I don't know what it is.
Except yes.
Hold on.
We're going to try to figure this out, y'all.
I just
Wait a minute.
But y'all, TikTokers, I want to thank y'all for, joining the TikTok. I'm getting ready to sign off real quick. But, join us Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Fire 716. You can go to the Fire 716 TikTok page and like and share because your girl is on it. So thank you for following. I appreciate y'all. Later.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. See, this is my only issue though with the leadership thing is that, like I said, I'm a soft-spoken person.
Right.
But then it become an issue when I step into that leadership role, and then you get a lot of pushback.
Right. I mean,
I
but
said,
it's
like-
spoken leaders too, though. Like you don't have to be rah to be a leader.
No, like I'm talking about like, okay, so let's say
You talking about
I better go with here. Anyway, so I like to mine like that. So like my thing be with that is that like let's say something come up. You really don't want to have a conversation about it. Be like, all right, I'll have a conversation about it. So then you go and you talk and you be like, look, this has been bothering me. We just need to stop, or we need to find a better, thought process or whatever about it. And then all you get is pushback on it, like, wasn't that wrong with this or and now it's the whole thing. and now we in a conflict.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I
Okay, let's see.
Let us know how it sounds, people.
Okay, check 1, check 2.
Yo.
yeah.
I got loud again. I feel like we be coming in and out sometimes.
Talking to the mic.
He said mine is always loud, so mine is good.
There you go.
Yo, mine always low.
There we go. So what he said was when you go keep them potted up, but just tap the left right button
Oh, what we go live?
to take us off the radio.
All
All right, y'all. Sorry, when Big Frank ain't here,
Right.
Listen.
the board
right.
decides.
Barbie like, nah, fam.
Decides to operate in a rebellious spirit.
in its own right.
So like, yeah, that's my only thing when it comes to leadership that I feel like men now deal with. I feel like men back then didn't deal with that
Oh, valid.
because
Right.
it was I'm in charge. Period. I don't care. I'm in charge. Period.
Right. I pay everything. It's my house.
Right.
It's my house. Now that we came to a more conglomerate kind of way.
Right.
That if you don't, I guess it's one of those, if you don't establish it early on, when you put yourself in that position, it get overshadowed
Oh yeah.
or it get ignored or it turn into conflict. And that'd be my only thing, because I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I be want to talk about some stuff, but I'll be like, I don't want to argue though.
Right.
It's gonna turn
That's
into an argument.
oh my lord.
And it's probably gonna turn into an argument, and because of how I am, I'm gonna lose this on purpose because I don't want to argue no more. You know what I mean? And then people just gonna be mad for a while, and it is what it is. Because I don't really care about being mad, because I like the house being quiet, and that's my way. So
Facts.
now that we done argue something that I didn't even want to argue, I just wanted to have I wanted to have a conversation, but now it turns so crazy. But
Sometimes too, the leadership I found too that it's a good time to have a conversation. So it's a bad time to have a conversation.
Oh
I
yeah.
feel like sometimes women they want to have the conversation when they want to have it. Sometimes this is not good time. Like I'm not in a good mood to have that conversation.
Right.
She may not be in a good mood to have a conversation.
that's a fact.
I don't want to talk about it. So sometimes I'm like, all right, well, let's just talk about this later.
No
Right,
facts.
sometimes it's like, yo,
I do not
family.
want to hear this. But I think the other part is the preparation part. I found out, like, for me, I kind of I try to think ahead of time. Like, all right, she may be doing this, but like, let me make sure that if it don't work out the way she wanted to, I got the backup.
No, valid.
Without even letting her know that I necessarily have the backup, it's just there. Because I feel real good when I'm like,
Fire 716. It's your girl. It's your girl Jay Cherie. We in a hard conversation right now. Before we get into church mess. Apparently, we was having a conversation about women wanting to have conversations when guys don't want to have them.
And dudes want to have conversations sometimes, and females don't.
And guys not, women want to have conversations and guys not, and guys want to have conversations and women
Right,
not.
sis, you gotta pick your battles.
And
I be picking a battle,
At
and
the s-
then it be the wrong time, maybe, or I be picking a battle that maybe I really didn't want to have because I thought we was just gonna talk, and now it turned into a battle.
No, valid.
And now that turned to a battle, I won't talk no more. And
I
now-
mean,
now I
honestly,
shut down.
I think most and I will say this: I think most women want to have the conversation because a lot of dudes be like, "We'll talk about this later," and y'all clean be lying, and we never talk about it later. Because it's like, okay, we gonna avoid this conversation. No, because you said we was gonna talk about this later, and 2 months have went by, and y'all still because you don't want to have it. So
No,
I think
valid.
that's where the aggression comes in because it's like, okay, this is a conversation that needs to be had, and you keep avoiding it. So now we gonna have it now. I don't want to. Well, you said that 2 months ago. We gonna talk about it later,
True.
and y'all.
Sometimes it be a conversation that I think we need to have, but nah, I don't feel like having that conversation though.
Right.
And I'm pushing back on myself.
Because I think the biggest disruptor of a relationship is unresolved issues.
Right.
And
That's
if
good.
you can't have the conversation, like I can understand if you just got in from work, you had a frustrating day. Clearly,
All my days is frustrating.
we're not gonna have this super uncomfortable conversation because you're already frustrated, and if you yell at me, it's gonna be some problems. But like, if I legit give you the space to get to where you need to, and you are just completely avoiding the conversation, and I think that's when general white women try to be like, no, we're gonna have this now because it's like the avoidance of the uncomfortable. Hopefully she forget, and we ain't gonna have.
I wonder.
It's been 2 weeks and she ain't said something. Maybe she forgot the whole time. She like, nigga, it's been 2 weeks.
I wonder if women
Yeah,
can feel you avoiding things. Like
Yeah.
you walk into the house, you got something to say, but you like, yeah, nah, I'm avoiding that. And they can just feel that you avoided something.
Cause
I know your mind. You
so
wanna
my-
talk about something? I'd be like, nah, I'm good.
I'm good. My avoidance, like,
It was hot.
it'll be a conversation that she'll spark a conversation, and it'll just be like, oh, okay. I'll just say okay and leave it at that. That's it. Yeah. What else? Like, what was you expecting me to say? Like, it's either you got a problem with something, and it's either you say you got a problem with something and you want me to fix it. Okay, cool. Or I didn't like the way you did this. Okay,
Right.
cool.
Sorry.
Can you do this kind of way? Okay, cool. Just so I don't have to go into conversation about certain things because I know it's deeper than how you asking me.
And sometimes
You get what I'm saying? You got
and
something
you know I
specific
got
on your
strong
mind.
feelings about it. You're not about to pull me in.
Exactly.
You're not
Exactly.
about to pull me
I'm
in.
not doing it with you. I can't. Okay.
But if you have
Cool.
strong feelings about a situation and I'm trying to engage,
Nope. Your
that's like-
your
that's
your
the thing.
engagement is not it's not
Sometimes I haven't voiced that I have a strong opinion about something.
you just know.
Sometimes you know.
Facts.
You brought something up that you know that if this name ain't have my name on it, we be sitting here all day talking about it.
Oh,
But if
valid.
it got my name on it, I'm leaving that joint right.
Right where it's at.
Quita said, even though I'm very confrontational.
I hate
I'm very
confrontation.
cool. I'm very vocal, and if a conversation is needed, then a conversation will be had. LOL. I have to push Daniel to have uncomfortable conversations. LOL. Just like Daniel doesn't care about being mad, I don't care about making him talk. I mean, like,
I mean, I get it.
It's the truth, though. You know what I'm saying? Because
I get it.
I know. I hate having conversations that I know I only have one way of thinking about. And because that's all I got, I don't have no explanation really about it.
It is what it
This
is.
is what it is. It does not work for my wife.
Valid.
Fire 716 is shit
but no, I just feel like, in a relationship, just have the conversations,
Right.
the necessary ones. Now, if y'all arguing over which tiles is going on the floor, get your life together. Like, pick a tile.
Right.
Right. Like
Actually, I prefer white because then I can see it.
Right.
Just pick a tile,
For
pick
that
a
shower.
wallpaper,
listen.
and go about your good business.
Like, and that's another thing.
You go best at that shower,
Don't ask
boy.
me what kind of couch I want. I don't care. I just, as long as I can kick my feet up, I'm good.
Right.
Listen, Don't ask me what kind of bed sheets I like. As long as I can sleep comfortably, I'm good.
No, because the couch situation, because if y'all are not comfortable on the couch and that's where y'all sit, then I'm gonna have to hear about it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you chose this really uncomfortable couch because we may choose real fancy, nice. You ain't supposed to sit on
See,
this day on
but no.
on day couch, and then you tight.
Why did you buy something that ain't supposed to be sat on? Pointless.
No, I
Don't
feel
do
like-
that.
No, so like there's certain couches that are like,
Right. 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 Granny used to have plastic.
Yeah, right.
Don't even look at it. You know,
I
facts.
made like a firm couch. You made like a cushy couch. But if you're not telling me what kind of couch you like, I'm gonna get the
Listen.
kind of couch I like, and then you mad because this joint is firm. So
Just,
that was uncomfortable.
it's not
'cause
gonna
you can't watch
always-
the game because your back hurts.
it's not gonna
Like,
always be firm. It's comfortably. I remember I fell asleep in my closet full of clothes, hiding from my sisters. Woke up 2 hours later. Wait, y'all ain't come find me. You hit too good. But no, like, don't and firm or cushiony couch. The couch is gonna get cushiony regardless. If I'm sitting on that joint, plop, feet up, kick up, lay down, sleep, it's cushiony. Facts.
Yeah. Right.
Slowly but surely, it'll take some time.
No,
I don't
listen.
care about none. As long as I got my section
Right.
in the house, it is what it is.
But we getting ready to get into some church mess.
Church mess.
So, so I was looking on Larry Reed.
Oh my god, I'm sick of this dude.
No, Larry Reed supplies us with lots of church mess, so I am not sick of him.
Plenty of
No,
material
I
for
get it.
I'm not sick of him at all because he supplies our church mess. Locally, we got church mess too. But like,
Oh yeah.
like I was watching a video and the guy was saying that there's no need for church people to assemble at church regularly. He's like, I understand the Bible talks about, forsake not the assembly of the saints. He was like, but do we really have to come to church on a regular basis? And so because of this, the people came for his head, obviously. Because it was like, he was like, okay, so what's the point of going to church like once a month? Like, why would you put yourself spiritually in a place that you would consistently go to refilling yourself at church? Like, that's like one person said is like running on E, but you only go to the gas station once a week or once a month. Like, it makes no sense. So like there was a whole debate about this, about the necessity and how much you supposed to go to church apparently. And then somebody quoted when Chris Rock said, I ain't been to church in 10 years. I got real faith. Y'all in church every week because y'all don't really believe God.
Wow.
And I was like, is this?
funny joke when I heard it?
It was,
Yeah, that's funny.
it was a funny joke, but at the same time, I'm like, Chris.
Yeah.
You might want to check in for maintenance. But no, like, is it now really the dilemma that we have to count how many times we go to church for it to be a necessary amount to assemble? Like, this is becoming an issue because most people, and it really started with COVID. It really started with COVID when we were shut down and we were doing virtual church. Niggas was like, we don't need to go to church no more.
Right.
We
No,
got
facts.
virtual church, especially if your church still streams live now.
Man,
like,
half the church was bedside Baptist anyway.
Yes.
Half the saints wasn't coming to church before COVID anyway. So it
I
ain't
mean,
no
I've
big.
seen a huge dynamic
No,
shift.
it was definitely a big difference. You missed everything.
And not at us. We on our third praise break when you walk in.
You're privy to walking in and getting laid out.
Right. It was like, I thought church was over. This is only on round 3 of the praise breaks. What you mean?
Third quarter. No, valid.
I got laid out. Just like I told somebody, it was like, yo, I don't want to go. Somebody was like, I don't want to go to church because I want to cry. I was like, yo, crying is the best part.
Valid.
Ah!
It's yo.
Crying is the only place I
It's
feel like
like-
men can cry in church where they don't feel like punks.
Yeah, right.
No. I cry when it's necessary. I
I'm happy you do because people like, man, I can only cry in church. Really?
I cry when it's necessary. Like, and but no, I feel you.
I've never felt so, and I don't know what it is. Crying in church and crying outside church is different. When I cry in church, I feel relieved.
Yes, absolutely. That's a valid fact.
Everything I was upset.
Gone. Everything is gone. But when you cry outside of that, it opens you up to a level of vulnerability. You get what I'm saying? So like, I remember one time I had got a call. I was on my way to work and I got a call from a transportation company. And at the time I wanted to get my CDL. And I got a call for a job, but I wasn't prepared. I didn't have my CDLs. And when I say it was bugging me for weeks, bro, apply for the CDL. And when the call came through and I know I dropped the ball, I immediately dropped out in tears. And my wife was standing right there. And I don't like to feel like that guy in front of my wife, but like when I say I broke down, she was like, babe, it's okay. Like, it's cool. You just know what you have to do. You got to stay prepared. Like, and I was just like, you're right.
Like, meanwhile, I will cry. I will cry anyway. Like, I was at school.
No
I was at school. I was at ECC when I got the letter, and I didn't even end up going there. But like, I got the letter that I got into Canisius.
Oh, got you.
And I was just in the middle of class. He done a bunch. Like, in the middle of Walmart. Like this lady. Listen, Walmart praise is real. But in the middle of Walmart, like calculating what I'm about to purchase and making sure I have enough. And the lady in front of me, she was like, I just feel like I just need to bless you for some reason. Take this gift card. I have no shame.
Lord,
We're
stop
giving
playing
God,
those.
like giving God
That's
crazy
I ain't gonna
cry
lie.
in
That'd be
public.
one of those. Dang, God, word. Really? And then, really, Lord, you gonna hit me again? That's crazy. Like, stop playing with me.
I
No,
remember
facts.
pulling over on the
Next time
side
I
of
walk
the
outside, I'll be
road,
caddy outside. I know it is.
crying and praise breaking hard on Bailey Avenue. Just
Yo.
people shoot, eat, like mad, whatever. I'm giving God praise. Forget
Now,
you.
I have been in the car with y'all. We have stopped.
And we
had a
have
whole praise break
Yo,
in the middle
so
of Genesee.
I got-
like, I've been there
Indeed.
and just been like, we're doing this. That's cool.
I'm not that deep. I'll wait till I get home.
I'm a little. I'm
Like, if it's that deep, if it's that serious, I'll wait till I get home.
You say
I'm-
that down so God hit you real hard. It's gonna be a
If it-
situation.
if it
Just
just
gonna pull the
there-
car
But
over.
no, if that be the case,
I'll be looking like
if
Will
that be the
Smith
case,
on-
I'm
on
gonna just
what's
sit
it
there and cry tears of joy.
Your feet gonna
Like,
get light one good time, one day.
I'm
Something
not.
gonna happen.
I don't know. I'm
I
like
ain't gonna
that too.
lie,
I'll cry though, but I
I
won't.
don't.
You go to the dealership and get the joy that you really want. You gonna wait till them salespeople leave and hit the floor real hard.
Listen,
You know what the last?
I don't see. But I don't shout because I know how now,
Yo,
and I feel like I know how to shout.
I ain't got
It's not
to.
the same.
It's
like,
not-
I don't feel it. I don't
It's
feel
not
it.
as
It's just-
natural.
I know how, and the music playing, and I'm like, okay.
Right.
I like not saying I don't feel it, but it's not that overwhelming feeling. Like overwhelming. Now I'm just running. When I woke up, I was running. Like that'd be my thing with shouting. I'm like, if it's not I already started shouting when I realized I was shouting. I'm not gonna shout. Like,
No
The
fact.
last-
God
the
deals
last
different
time I-
with
Lord,
me.
you gonna get yours though. You gonna get your phrase.
I'ma run.
Give it
God
to you.
still
but-
deal real different with me. It
I'm a-
happens anyway.
I'm gonna
I
do a
remember
quick
I
little
cried.
two-step. No, go ahead.
I remember I was crying. Like last time, I cried like maybe like a couple weeks ago because my neighbor ticked me off to the point where I wanted to punch him in the face, and I knew I couldn't do it.
Lord, take
And,
it from me.
my wife was sitting right there, and I was just telling her, I was like, man, you know, I was really getting into it. I was like, dude, I'm a joke, yo, because it's also things that other connected with, you know, what he did was so messed up and sneaky, and also it's connected to how I make my money.
Oh, gosh.
And then when
You playing
and
with
it-
money,
right,
Right.
right, I don't know how else to handle that other than
violence.
Valid.
You know
Pulling
what I
up.
mean?
Okay, see that
Yeah.
kind of cry. That
So-
kind of cry is the trigger cry for
That's,
me.
that's the same
Right.
try.
If
Like,
I cry right when I'm angry, oh, that's run.
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah.
That's the-
I really wanted to go
it's
there.
the, it's the
No,
Lord
yeah.
save you.
And the Holy
Right,
Spirit
right
was
here.
like, get him a gift card. And I was just like,
This the Lord save
Not
you.
get him a gift
give him a
card.
gift card. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Love your neighbor. Be nice to him.
Yo, no, that's
He's
real.
like, he ain't saved, so it's different for him than it is for you.
Valid.
But I was so mad. I was like, gift card. I was like, I don't know if I can even. You know
Look
what I
at
mean?
this.
Like,
Fool.
I
I
would
want
have
to give
kept
these
this
hands,
throat,
okay,
yo.
for him.
He goes,
Eat for
But I mean, it
everybody,
goes
all
back
right?
to the original question. Like, why are we counting how many times we going into the sanctuary? Like, why? What is the point of saying like, okay, we should only be we shouldn't have to go into the house of God? Why wouldn't you, as a believer? Is my question.
Yeah,
like,
Yeah.
what
was
is it
gonna say.
about church that you really feel like the saints don't need to assemble? Because if you're having that kind of experience where you don't want to be in the house of God, that's a whole different
Yeah, that's
situation
Yeah.
for
you in a
me.
different problem.
Something else.
Or-
Problem is different.
Or
Yeah.
the pastor is in your
Or-
business every time you in church,
right, and you don't like that.
and you feeling real guilty about yourself.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
and so it's like, oh, we don't need
Take
to
the-
assemble all the time.
take the convention.
You know,
It'll make
but,
you
you
feel
know,
better later.
it is. You know, I'm just saying this, you guys. Church mess. It is what it is. But the local church mess.
What happened locally?
Locally, saints of God.
Do better.
Um,
Always.
please do the necessary arrangements to be fresh in church.
That's that shower. Again.
There is.
That's that shower again.
That's that shower.
I've been having conversation with several different people, and we're all experiencing the same thing where somebody's sit down win is not fresh, and you have to like sit next to the person that they like. This hasn't happened recently, so don't be like, because I was sitting next to Keith yesterday. I'll be like, yo, Jessica said Keith sit down win and stank. But like,
Come on, man.
but
Man,
no, like I've experienced this a few times at church where like being in the vicinity of somebody and they sit down when is not fresh, and I'm like, it's the winter time now. It ain't even summer.
Yeah.
If you come into church in the wintertime, you have a special must on you. If your sit down when is hitting hard in the wintertime, like where the smell's supposed to freeze,
Right.
we still smell you. Like, make the necessary adjustments, because like I was even talking to my preacher friends. They're like, yo, I had to pray for somebody and they fell, and I had to go to the ground with them, but they sit down when hit me when they fell, and I didn't want to go down on the ground and finish ministering with them because their effervescence kept vesseting. And every time they rolled
Not
over, I got a
vesseting.
caught of the sit down
Yeah.
when like it just kept. So saints of God.
It'd be crazy. You be praying for somebody, they fall. They fall, so you start fall. You catching them as they fall, and then you smell. You drop them. Like I ain't mean to drop you. Oh Lord,
my goodness.
took me out.
Like-
Took me right out.
My eyes aren't tearing up because it's the Lord. It's tearing up.
It's that hot garbage.
Sharita said your sit down with air should not smell like the bowels
bowels
of hell.
Yo.
Like,
Yo.
do what you gotta do. Deal with the areas you gotta deal with.
Right.
There's
Right.
non-aluminum deodorant. Put them in the areas
That's true.
that
How
you
you
use.
smell
Baby
like hot-
powder, the
my-
areas.
How you
mentality
smell like
is,
hot garbage
if
in the wintertime?
If you came
Yeah.
to church clean and dressed, you shouldn't smell. Not
Stink.
not dirty.
Fact.
You done came
Yeah.
to church hurting. Fine.
If you
The
homeless,
Bible say, "Come as
and-
you is."
if you
Fine.
homeless and smell
You know what I'm saying?
homeless, I
Fine.
got you.
Yeah.
But if you
you done
if
came
you
with your
saved,
best
sanctified,
Sunday
filled with the
clothes
Holy Ghost, and you coming in your Sunday's best, smelling homeless,
and a hat on,
Yeah.
came in with
With the hat.
on too.
Smell
oh
like a
Lord,
fireman.
Jesus,
Like, I remember being at a service. It was at your former church, and Frank did like a youth explosion situation.
Oh yeah, I remember
in the
that.
big sanctuary.
in the side sanctuary.
Yeah, I remember.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I
And
remember.
dude came in, and me and Sharita was sitting next to each other, and I was like, "Why do I smell nuts?" Like, it was just like straight balls. Like,
Yo,
and the
How's the
person
area?
had the nerve. It wasn't no praise break or nothing yet. The person just smelled like straight balls. And I was like, God, please don't touch this person that like praise break. Because the praise break went off. I was like, please don't let them dance because the smell is going to come back here. Like, we are downwind. Whatever. She said Jess was so reckless that night. I was, because I was angry because it was like we didn't even do nothing. This is the beginning of praise and worship. Like, we just got here. Why do I smell?
You should not stink.
Why do I smell nuts? I was so mad. Like, I was just so mad. But seriously, like, just do the necessary. Like, seriously, do the necessary adjustments, ladies. If you are thicker, panty liners, when you go to the bathroom, that extra squeeze, make sure all the pee is out. Because sometimes when you don't, it go in your panties. Just deal with it. Men, lift, scrub, do what you do, because we don't want to be offensive in the house of God. I don't want to not minister to you because
your breath stinks.
Because your body is ministering to me in a certain way.
Not your body.
Like,
I ain't go for the worst I ever smelled was in the courtroom. Like, you know, we had to stand up for the judge to come in.
Change your pants.
I said, yo, what the heck is that?
Buffalo Court don't got no windows. It's just hot, bro.
It's just hot in there. Yo.
Hot in there. I was like, how
The
did y'all
dungeons.
living like this? And then it got that old heat.
And it got the
You know what I'm saying? You know
it
that
got
heat
the carpet
because
on
that's
the
that.
walls.
That's, you know, it got that old heat. You know, like when you walk into a house, you know, when they got wood panels.
Yeah.
It got that old
old
grandmother
heat.
house heat. Like
The radiator.
And all the walls are brick.
it's hot and you smell the wood. Like you smell like
The
it's
funk.
not.
So
it's
the
not-
Reverend
old
Doctor
age.
said, make sure you change your panty liners because it makes a difference. So it does.
the ministers have spoken.
The Reverend, good Reverend has said
Good
change your panty liners, because she said if you sit next to me in church and you stank, I'm moving my seat because one, my face tells my mouth. Tells what my mouth won't. 2, I can't do smells, and 3, I don't want that smell coming on my clothes, so I'm moving my seat. Like, real talk, sis. I'm not trying to be funny, but the most offensive thing is to hug me and you funky. I am so angry with you.
Why
Not
would you do that?
not just because you hug me and you funky, but there's a stereotype that all big women smell. So now I got your smell on my good smelling Dolce & Gabbana light blue, and I am
That's a good
pissed.
one.
Sharita says smaller women need to wear panty liners as well. Be ye not deceived.
That's true. That's true.
So make sure you wear your panty liners, y'all. Make sure you are just addressing those areas. If you know that you sweat in certain areas, go to Dollar Tree has non-aluminum deodorant, so it won't cause cancer situations. Get the non-aluminum deodorant, put it in the necessary crevices, and deal with it, because if not, you will end up on church mess.
Yeah, you will.
Talked
And
about.
Kevin is a name dropper.
And we gonna say your
So-
name.
No, I'm not.
We gonna say your name.
I'm not a name dropper. But I do feel some people need to be exposed for some of the foul and
Behavior that you.
right. Listen, because
I'm sorry.
at the
They died. I just had to turn.
Oh, okay.
gotcha.
I had to turn it back on. I had to turn the
Oh,
mouse
it's-
back on.
Gotcha, because we hear music.
It's
in the
music
background.
class.
I just turned it back off. Oh yeah, I gotta stop it. My bad.
Okay.
Anyway.
So apparently James said, "Let the beat drop." He basically said this
if you-
this break was too long.
listen, if you are not living foul, I mean, if you're not living accordingly, and you need some exposure, I'm the one to expose. Unfortunately,
You know, if I'm coming off work to go to church, I don't hug nobody.
valid.
Sharita said a
Don't-
lady hugged me yesterday in church and told me that when I get married, my husband will never leave me alone because I always smell good. That, and you a preaching machine.
Don't-
Listen,
Like legit, I'm gonna say this, and if y'all tag my pastor on it, whatever. Preaching opens you up, and it makes it very challenging when you are single after you have ministered, because you are opened up and you want to be ministered to when you get home. And when you single, you can't. Well, when you're single living holy, you can't. So
Okay. Yeah.
it's
That
a
makes
vulnerable
sense.
place. That's why if you marry, I'm just letting y'all know, men of God, if you marry a female preacher,
Funky McFunky pants.
if
Yo,
she preached her face off, if she come home and want to jump on you,
that's true worship.
just let it happen. Just
Uh,
let it happen. Men of God, women of God out there, if your husband come home after he done preached, let it happen. Just let it. She said, I can't wait to get married. Girl, we gonna shout hard at your wedding. I promise you. I ain't gonna do laps because you know my knees, but I'm gonna be sitting there trying not to break an act of fool when my sister get married. But seriously, that was church mess. Give us one good song. We getting
Yeah,
ready
one good
to
song.
go into hot topics and some local news. We gonna fill y'all in as happened in the last 2 weeks because we've been out here
Been
arguing
out.
and fighting, having a good conversation at Fire 716.
No,
But no,
facts.
stick with us, y'all. Fire 716, Big Frank in the morning. Let's go. Worship.
You hit them off.
Yeah, tell him all.
It is worship. It's
Yeah.
worship.
I remember the worst I ever smelled
After
was
you're
smoke.
done worshiping, go home and give them some twerk shit.
And then we go fall asleep.
Listen, because
Yeah,
that
fall right
I was
man.
tired when I
Best
came home from church.
nap ever.
I was
Yeah,
tired.
right.
I was
Yeah.
tired when I came home from church, so now I'm all the way tired.
Right, and I'm real tired.
Nah, real
Be like, what happened? I had the best nap.
I remember when I was working at Walmart, this dude, I never knew a human being could smell this bad and be alive. Like, you literally, cause I could smell him coming.
See, but
Like, before I see him.
that's that
I can
early
smell
that's
him.
that early Walmart late night Walmart.
Nah,
You
this
know
dude
what I'm
worked.
saying?
Nah, he worked there. Like, they had to, like, pull him off to the side numerous times. Like, yo, it was that bad. I didn't know that a person could smell that
I'm like,
bad.
yo, bro, have you been sleeping here, bro?
Yeah, he couldn't even smell it. Like, he
I
was
bet
like,
because he been living it.
yeah, he was like, I don't know what the problem is. I was like,
You
bro,
get nose blind.
yeah, but it was like we be in the back room and then he be coming up and before you see him, you're like, yo, it smell like Bill. And then he pop it like 10 minutes later, you open the door. Zing. Hey guys, I'm like,
Oh man.
yo, I didn't know a person can smell like that to be that loud.
No, real
Charles,
talk.
come here.
Though
Talk to
this
me
is
about
why I hate, like, I legit hate going to the T-Mobile on Main Street where the Walgreens is, near South Campus
that. I've only been
Station.
there
Oh,
once.
okay.
Because every time I did it, there was at least one worker in there.
That stink.
Musty.
Oh,
Bruh, don't even try to shoot your shot. Because one
He
tried.
can't know.
He tried.
He tried. He
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
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 you know,
nobody
because
was
I could
coming. Yeah, nobody was
try to
coming.
hook you
Yeah,
up in
nobody
this
was
area. Da, da, da. No.
man.
Because and at the time I was not as censored
Oh yeah.
as I am now, because I walked in, I was like, why is it funky in here? Like loud, like the smell met me at the door, and as I got closer to the counter, I was like, so it's one of y'all.
Yo, not it's one of y'all.
Found out.
Is one of y'all.
Found out it was both of them. Like, and the dude was just
Aw,
like, yeah,
man.
so I could try to. No, can you please fix my phone so I could go? I was literally at T-Mobile like,
Yo.
That's when you give him the phone. You be like, I'm gonna be at tomorrow's phone.
because it was coming through his
I'ma come
hair.
back.
It
I'ma
was
go sit
coming off
down.
of his, like the
down, watch the news
must
at
was
Tim
just
Hortons.
coming from every,
Or
like, because he had that hair stank and the body stank. And the other dude just smelled like straight butt, just booty. Like,
y'all just cool.
you
with
ain't
it.
changed your
Right.
boxers.
Y'all sitting there cool with it.
Like, you ain't changed your
I know
boxers
y'all
in
smell each
days.
other.
It probably bonded off that. He's like, I ain't gotta wash him down no more either. We
Ah,
all good players.
the funky
Y'all
twins.
Yeah.
good.
Like, they was just sitting there, nothing, just
Man, I
like
used
it
to.
was, and it was a bunch of dudes, and I'm sitting there like, so all y'all just sitting in this atmosphere. Ain't nobody spray no Glade, nobody spray no
Ah.
Febreze. All y'all just okay with this T-Mobile being musty. Like,
I used to work with an Indian dude, and if you know about working with Indians, it's not the best. Like my bro, cool as ever, cool as a fan,
7, 6,
musty as ever.
Yeah.
Like every time you walk in.
1.
Fire 716 is Big Frank in the morning with your girl Jay Sheree, locked in the room with me, Daniel the Dark Knight, Kev on air,
It's good.
Bert, one of the Buffalo Bennett,
Buffalo
Buffalo
Ben.
Buffalo
We was just talking about musty experiences and what would you do, I guess. Me, I'm unfiltered. So I was like, hurry up and do what you gotta do because this whole joint is musty and I just need you to fix my phone. That was there was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It just was what it was. He's like, you want to stay while we no, I don't.
No, I'm good. I'll be back.
I don't want to stay.
You sure?
I'm good. Yep.
I'll be
it only
back.
Be 15
Just-
minutes. Nope.
No.
I'll be right back. I'll be outside in the car on my phone.
Like I said,
That you fixing.
More fresh air.
Right.
Sit more at the fireplace and the TV, and I will sit there.
But we getting ready to get into these hot topics. Star Andrews becomes first black woman to medal in the U.S. figure skating championships in 35 years.
Shout out to the black woman.
So shout out to all that black girl magic out
Sprinkle
here.
everywhere. Make it happen.
Sprinkle.
Apparently, a woman has come forth saying that she is the secret daughter of Aaliyah and R. Kelly. I watched the 3-minute and 28-second video. She don't look nothing like them. And the only proof that she has is that she has a picture of her Aaliyah's mother, and a girl who kind of looks like her as a baby. She like holds, so the grandmother is holding
The baby.
the baby, and
Mhm.
the baby does kind of look like her, kind of. And she was like, if that wasn't my mom or dad, why would I have this photo? And Aaliyah is clearly in the photo, like, and it's Aaliyah's mom. And so people apparently roasted her on YouTube. And her second video is her crying, and it was like, you don't know what it's like to know that, first of all, your mom died tragically, your father is a pedophile, and you have to grow up in this environment, and then to long for a mother and be in different homes because your father is hiding who you are. In the video, she did cry for like 2 minutes.
That sounds so bad though. Like now I feel guilty. for
I
that you don't
did
look
not
like
feel guilty.
No.
I was just like, first of all, now that this is out, I am pretty sure Aaliyah's family is going to demand a
Valid.
DNA test at this point, because if I made her annul the marriage,
R. Kelly might try to sleep with her.
they gonna definitely be like, oh, she ain't one of ours.
Right.
So, and plus timeline wise, I don't see where Aaliyah got pregnant, because there was only 6 months between her last tour and then when her self-named album Aaliyah came out. So unless she was 3 months and not showing and dropped the baby and then went to go do Rock the Boat, I don't know.
Right,
The math is not mathing.
Nope.
We we will see how this plays out. But in other news, Viola Davis achieves the EGOT status.
Come on,
Okay.
you got it.
So congratulations. She is the third black woman
Hey.
in history to get EGOT. It was first Whoopi Goldberg, then Jennifer Hudson last year. So congratulations to Viola Davis.
Every year we hitting them with one.
Right.
So we, all that black girl magic, sprinkle. 3 players have been suspended following Friday's fight between Orlando Magics and the Minnesota Timberwolves. The fight was actually kind of funny. But Austin Rivers, Jalen Suggs, and Taurine Prince all got into a fight. Basically, they said that Jalen Suggs walked over to the bench, punched Jaden McDaniels.
Oh wow.
And that's what started the fight. And then, Taurine Prince jumped into it. So
Y'all like Austin
Jalen
Rivers
and
so
Suggs
much.
got they're on suspension for 3 or 4 games. No, Austin's is suspended for 3 games. Suggs is suspended for 1 game for escalating the situation, and then they were fined a $25,000
Man
fee.
said the man walked over.
Yo.
The man
Walked
walked over and pressed somebody. Only suspended for a game. See, that's what I'm saying. It's always, if you beat somebody up, man, always gonna get more time.
No fact.
But the fight, it literally just,
So
it looked
start.
like he just walked over, was like, boom, just hit him. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, and then, homeboy is going to jump in on it. So,
Right.
That's real.
Just walk over.
yeah.
That's-
So,
Yo, I would be that.
That's real. That's real. Wallace and Stoudemire, you bro.
I would be that teammate.
Yeah.
I would be the teammate that I'm not getting in that, bro.
That's between 2 grown men.
Like I'm
You
not
got a problem
doing
with
that.
that,
Like
man.
yeah, we on the same team. That's my man's, but I ain't got nothing to do
He's
with
like, that's
that.
some hockey white boy.
Right.
I'll
I'm
break
not-
up once, fam. I'll break up once.
No facts.
I'll
Like
give it a once,
Those are
come
fair ones.
on.
That was a fair-
Well,
yo,
that's why I hate seeing teams run over. Like it's two people, one from each side. That's all it takes.
Right.
I'm only,
One
I'm only,
representative.
I'm only
That's
running
it.
Over, I'm only running over there to break it up. Yo, fam. it ain't worth it.
Facts,
Come on,
break
man.
it
It's
up,
not
break
worth
it
it.
up.
Let's go. We balling, bro. Come on, man.
Right.
The money, bro. The money. Come on,
But
bro.
Facts.
congratulations to assistant coach Autumn Lockwood. She
Yes.
is set to become the first Black woman to coach in a Super Bowl.
Lit
Whoa,
fire,
that's what's
yo.
up.
So you know we out here
We out here doing it.
No,
doing the
facts.
thug thizzle.
Two
Yeah.
black quarterbacks for the first time in the Super Bowl,
I know, right?
and a black coach.
Yeah.
And it's a woman. Come on, make it happen.
Yeah, Neo and his ex-wife Crystal Renee finalized their divorce, and Homeboy got to give up 1.6 million upfront,
Oh no.
and then we'll cover $20,000 worth of expenses to officially move into the property, and another 150,000. So he pretty much paying $2 million in this
She
divorce,
didn't sign
But
a
is he only-
prenup.
and $5,000 monthly for alimony for the next 3 years.
See,
that ain't
okay.
too bad, though.
So I just
But no, it's bad when you got to give a 1.6 million up front.
No,
valid.
But what I'm,
He
what
gonna
I'm
start
saying
writing
is,
more songs. That pen
The
about to
reason why I
start
say
going.
it's not, the only reason why I say
Expect
it's not
Neo
bad is
everywhere.
because Usually,
Dang, Neil.
usually when you famous, you gotta pay millions every month to something. My man only got paid 5. I'm gonna pay. I had the million up front. I had it up front.
Valid.
Had your here.
But
That's all you want. Here, bro. I see you.
Ah,
I see you.
She said, "I bet he's so sick now."
Oh,
Ah!
if you going, my thing is
That
that
man
Yo,
right
don't
to
do my
everybody.
boy like
I'm just
that.
saying, he done-
if
it
you
ain't
gonna
like he
do that,
broke.
why you get married, dog? You know.
facts.
Well, you know,
See,
it's because he got the only reason why he got so much is because she had proof of cheating.
Yeah, but
Okay.
he
So
knew, like,
Dang.
he knew you gonna get caught cheating.
Stupid.
That you was gonna give up half.
Yeah,
You
that's
should've been
stupid.
like, I'm being tempted. Let me. I don't
But
need to
right
hear
now,
it.
Because
like,
I'd rather
Gary-
leave. Donnell Jones said it.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather leave than to cheat.
But even now, like Gary Owen is in court now because his ex-wife, his wife Kenya, is soon to be ex-wife Kenya, wants $44,000 a month.
Wait a minute, no, that's my favorite couple. Almost.
No, they
What?
going for a divorce.
Nice.
Dang.
But he won't. So he alluded in his Black Famous special
Okay.
of what it was. He was just like, let's think about this clearly. He was like, you know, if I had been doing something kind of crazy, they would have found something on the internet. He was like, so what that mean? He was like, my peoples, they stay quiet. Like he was like, he said when the truth comes out, he's like, Black people will be like, oh, like
Yo, that's
so,
a fact.
based on the context clues, it sounds like he smashed another white person. But she was black because you know he don't.
Yeah,
do
he
white
only
women.
deal with
He
black
He
girls.
only deal with black girls.
That's
so
That's my brother for life.
I
I
mean,
just
he's
watched-
still invited
yo,
to the barbecue.
Don't do
Facts.
Like,
I just watched Undercover Brother last night. That's funny. And he was in that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that movie.
Right.
Oh,
He
yeah,
was the
yeah.
militant brother.
Yo, I forgot about. I said that.
It's on
so
Tubi.
you know, you just got to be careful, y'all. This came out on the Joe Budden Network, and I'm mad about it. So they said that Bert and Ernie officially came out gay on Sesame Street.
Bro.
Why? though?
Why?
Why?
Just
Bro. Wait.
Just
Let's-
let
let's-
the kids grow up and be like, you know what? I think Ernie was gay. That's how it just
Facts.
When I was a
But
kid,
even still-
I thought that though. Like they was in the bathtub together.
Hey,
at
Bert,
one
hey,
scene.
Ernie.
I was like,
Yeah,
Right.
but see, I'm a-
like
as
if my
a-
but
as
see,
a-
growing
as a-
up, I
as
thought
a
Bert and
boy
Ernie were
growing up-
brothers.
Right.
Like
Okay,
the way they
that
do
makes
it.
sense.
I thought they were
I don't think-
brothers.
I don't think
Like,
all of them at the same time. So like
See,
two.
Oh.
So two.
because he was like, you
God
know,
being
the
a
way
bad-
they came
wasn't
off
an
of Bert and
issue
Ernie
with
is like they grew up together. Because you remember Baby Bert and
Mm.
Baby Ernie. So I literally thought like I'm older, so you know,
right.
Right.
But
Muppet babies.
right.
Like they
You
had.
the same.
So I literally thought like Bert and Ernie were brothers. And then growing up, I'm like, okay, they just like roommates, like friends.
Right,
Like,
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't
See,
know. I
how-
always thought that they was.
but
I-
there is
I
a
look at it
tran-
like
I believe
this.
there is a trans doll on
Is it now?
Sesame Street
Yeah,
now,
Probably,
or
I don't know,
something
man.
like that.
They ain't selling. They ain't,
I don't know,
they
I
ain't
was-
selling the. They
What's-
ain't selling the
I was
toys.
an
So
interesting-
Right, like
I was
so.
an interesting kid. Though. I thought that Joy from Full House was like a pedophile as a kid. You know, I told my wife that I was like, dude, he lived in the basement. He never got a girlfriend. And he played with puppets. Like he's probably it's something. I was like, would you trust him with your kid? And Danny never leaves him with the kids alone. I'm just saying.
There's a lot of
Yo.
evidence. I'm
Yo.
just saying.
Childhood destroyed.
Right, like,
Right.
and then I
Sorry.
started thinking, like, how
Carl Wilson
old are
school,
Bert and Ernie right now?
Huh?
Like, realistically, if
Bert and
y'all
Ernie-
know how we
Bert
do
and
the
Ernie
whole,
have to be at least 50,
Yeah, they-
55.
they older than
Than
that,
They probably,
60.
and they just now coming out. Is
and they was taking a bath together.
like, come on, man.
Like I said,
Once again, I
as
thought
a
Bert and
child-
Ernie were
as a
like brothers.
child-
I just thought they was brothers.
No
As a-
facts,
as a
like-
I can see that, but they
As a child, I never
I
thought
don't know.
about it. I just was like, okay, Bert and Ernie, they real close friends. They inseparable.
No facts.
Fine.
Yeah,
Cool.
but
See, I didn't grow up in a house with brothers. I grew up in a house with sisters, so we didn't take baths together.
right.
You get what I'm saying?
But
So
you
it
have
wasn't.
a household with five
I was
with
about
5
to say.
kids. 3 of them is boys and 2 of them is girls. Y'all taking a bath together. The mother
Right,
ain't gonna
right,
keep
right.
fighting.
No, that's
I just felt like they was older. I don't know.
Everybody.
But you
Yeah, I got
know,
older
whatever.
sisters,
We
though.
out here
right. They
corrupting
trying to
people.
make everything and everybody gay.
We out
course.
here
That's
trying
what
to, you
sells right
know, do what they do. Missy Elliott is the first female hip hop artist to receive a
Yes.
nomination for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Shout out to her, yo.
Missy Elliott is doing a thing, but on top of that, the 14 nominees for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame include not only Missy but Tribe Called Quest.
Hey.
Oh,
So
but
it's
nominees.
nominees for
Okay.
the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Okay.
So
So
it's
they-
Kate Bush, Sheryl Crow, Missy Elliott, Iron Madden, Joy Division, and New Order, Cyndi Lauper, George Michael, Willie Nelson, Rage Against the Machine, Soundgarden, The Spinners, A Tribe Called Quest, The White Stripes, and Warren Zevon.
I only knew like 3 of them.
I know.
But okay.
Yeah,
I'm a
and-
huge Missy fan, so
Right.
I got yelled at last night because I was scrolling her thing. My wife's like, "You looking at Missy?" I was like, I love Missy.
No fact.
I love Missy.
Prayers up
She's a
for Ricky
genius.
Smiley. He just laid his son to rest
Yeah,
this
man.
weekend. And you know, as a father, I've been watching his lives. He really needs the
He going
prayers
through it.
Right.
of the people, because he is really, really going through it. So I'm trying to see, there's one more. Aretha Franklin's 1968 song "A Natural Woman" is being deemed offensive by the trans community.
Because she's a natural woman.
My thing is, the woman came out with that song.
Right,
Exactly.
Right.
Like, what is going on with
People-
society? Like,
Yo, I feel like they just looking for beef.
exactly.
They just be
bro.
like, yo,
At this
what?
point,
You know,
Oh,
what? And the
that's
crazy
offensive.
thing is now the women in the Divine Nine are being challenged by the trans community as well, because in their bylaws it says that you have to be a natural born woman
Yes.
to be part of the sorority.
So
Same thing with the men. You have to be a natural born man to be in the fraternities.
which makes sense.
And now they're like, this is offensive and da-da-da. Don't join.
right,
Right,
start
right.
your own fraternity.
Why is this
Right,
kept?
Right.
There are
Right.
fraternities that and sororities that embody
cater to
everything that
y'all.
you got,
Listen,
because there's a bunch of female gay Qs out here that do everything. Yeah, they do the tongue, the barking, all that. They out there.
wait.
Google
No.
it.
Gay- Yo,
They have no affiliation.
okay.
They have no
Okay.
affiliation. They have their
Okay.
own entity.
Okay.
But
I'm
like,
I know they didn't allow
No.
that.
No,
Wait a minute.
I know they didn't allow
the
that.
stud, like the stud females is legit barking, doing the tongue, all of that.
Yo,
Like,
this is foul.
the last 2 hot topics, even though I don't feel like this is true, and you know I'm not a big Kanye person, I don't defend him, but Kanye is now a suspect in battery investigations because this woman was videotaping
And he
him
was telling her to
against his
stop.
will, and he slapped the phone out of her hand. You should know better. It's Kanye.
Listen.
I don't.
Right.
He done smacked $100,000 camera out somebody.
This is
He
not the
don't
first
care.
camera
No,
he
it's
done
not.
slapped.
It really
Not
is.
care
Like,
about your
Yeah.
this
$1,000
ain't
iPhone.
new.
You don't care about the $1,000
Leave
iPhone.
Kanye alone.
Leave
He's
Kanye
doing
alone.
what Kanye does.
Man, listen, he on a mission.
And the
I know.
last hot topic, which
You
I
go
think
to
this is
Patrick for a
just
while, you know,
straight
Dave Chappelle.
retardedness.
Facts.
This lady, Dr. Anita B. Enton, says that obese is the N word for plus size people.
Now, I've seen that on it. Now I've seen that on the internet. And my man's who do like weight stuff or whatever, like he was not even in the district, but he was just like, now I hear what you're saying, but it does not make sense. I was like, he was like, it's not like they're calling you fat, stupid, dumb.
Right.
I was like, obesity is a medical
Right.
thing.
The term.
That's
yeah.
a medical thing. I'm not making fun of you if I call you obese. If that's that's the medical term
Right.
for what you're dealing with. Which, as he was like, and all obesity is that you are like you have more than 30% body fat. That's obese.
Over average.
Yeah, over average.
Yeah.
So that's obese, and it's like most people. You know what I'm saying? So
Right, like-
Right.
So
Especially
you know,
It's
don't,
people-
don't be.
Nice
Don't
It's
be
people
mad.
out here beastly.
You know
Like
what I'm saying?
right.
No,
But don't say it's the N
Yeah,
word
don't
for
say it's the
obese people.
N-word.
You
It's
do
it's
you.
not because it don't.
No,
That
you
don't make.
reaching.
take
No one got lynched for being obese. Shut up.
You got dumped for being obese.
Right, right.
Fact.
Come on now.
White people
Yo.
take-
Stop
white people
it.
take stuff so
Knock it
far.
off.
No
White people
valid.
take stuff. They want something to be the N word for them so bad.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So bad.
Yeah.
I just want to say
Family.
the N word.
Yeah.
Family.
Yeah.
Just stop.
Y'all can sit around, call each other crackers, honkies, anything you want.
Mm-hmm.
And if you, and I ain't gonna hold you, if you start saying it all the time, most black people probably gonna stop saying it. They're like, you know what?
No, that's valid.
Yeah.
That's y'all.
That's y'all word.
Because if y'all was like, yo, only we can call each other that, my bad.
Say
They-
less.
They can't
have
take
it.
it.
We respect
I
that
respect you.
because at the end of the day,
as long as
we-
you don't say nigga, I don't care. No way. What you say?
exactly. But we started to use the word cracker. We started that,
Yeah, right,
just
right.
like they started nigger.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then we turned it to nigga. Like,
Right. You ever been around? They can't wait to say it.
can't wait
Like,
to say it.
like they be like, I heard someone say, nigga. Like yo, you just
Yo.
want to see. You just want to see my reaction. You saying it to my face.
yo,
That's
that's crazy.
crazy.
Because I was actually when I worked at Zon, y'all know what that is.
Mm.
And I was a janitor, but I was cleaning out the offices, and it was a white guy talking to HR, and he was like, at the time, I totally agree with him. He was like, we can't say nigger. I mean, we can't say nigga. But they're out there listening to music with the word in it and talking this and this and that,
It's
and nigga this
funny
and
how
nigga
you're
that.
So greasy overall. See, but
But
and this gonna
F-
sound
the thing about it, he didn't know I was next door listening,
Mm.
and I was like, let me go over here and speak on
Ah.
it. I was like, all right.
Yo.
So I apologize for eavesdropping, but you know, I wanted to bring some clarity to your situation. I completely agree with you on the fact that they shouldn't be bringing this music into the workplace because not everybody agrees with this music. So I agree with you on that. But as far as the word goes, as you saying it, if you just said it, you
Right.
literally just said it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And there were no consequences or repercussions. And I addressed you in a manner where you didn't feel threatened about it. So look at it like that. It's a word that you can say, but you just can't say it around certain people. Because if you say it around certain
Right.
people,
If you-
they're gonna
I don't-
You will
address
get
you.
got.
I don't
They
know
will
what-
Right,
address
right.
you in
I don't know
that
what you
in the
saying
nigga
with
the
white
way.
friends. Y'all probably
Facts.
throwing
Like-
the word around. Like how,
And he
like-
said it
like-
a few
like
times
happy
before I
sex.
showed up. You know what I'm saying? So
saying?
like he understood. Like I'm like, you just said it. You get what I'm saying? So it's not that you can't say it. It's just it's offensive when you say it to one of us.
Right.
You get what
Or
I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
around,
or
yeah.
around one of
Yeah.
us. You get what I'm
You
saying?
ever had
So,
that white friend that when y'all both listen to rap song, that part come on,
He
you're
looked-
like niggas don't want to with you. Whoa,
wait a minute.
what you just said?
Oh.
Wait a
That's my
minute.
part, yo.
Right.
That ain't
like
your
my
part.
man said, he was like, look, white people, this is the thing. If your friends give you a nigga pass, you can only use that
You can
nigga
say it
pass
around that nigga.
them. Right. You can't say it around every other black person.
Facts.
And you can't say it in public when you with that black person and other black people's around.
Facts.
That is
right.
y'all in the house
Right,
playing the game
Nigga, stop playing.
in the car.
right,
Right.
right.
That is not a at Walmart in the checkout line.
Right.
I don't want to
Talking
hear
about
no
Nas.
white person using that joint.
Because
I
I
would
might
call a
pop
white
you.
person. I'm like, these white niggas right here.
Facts. Like I feel like as a black person, I can use the word nigga universally.
To
Like
anybody.
I can use it
I can use it
Chinese,
I can use it
white,
Right.
I can use it in the correct
anybody.
way.
Facts.
And I
You know what I'm
use it
saying?
in my Ebonics way.
So like, and I feel like if a white person called me a cracker, I wouldn't be mad.
I would laugh.
I would have laughed
Yeah,
White
right.
cracker.
because I would
bread.
rather be called a cracker by a white person than a nigga.
I would
Yeah.
laugh.
It's the history behind the word. Like, you know
Yeah.
Anybody ever,
You
No,
know what I mean?
valid.
You
If I
know
was-
what
if I
you're
was in
saying.
a place and a white person called me a cracker, I may fall out laughing.
No
Right around
facts.
that.
We gonna get into these local
Especially
news
if I'm
real
ashy.
quick
Oh, my bad.
before we because we got 9 minutes
Oh
left. We
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
get
Go
into
ahead.
these
Do
local
that.
news. So the Western New York area experienced a 4.4 magnitude earthquake this morning
Nice.
at
Right.
6:18. I legit was salty because I hit the snooze and we had an earthquake. I was like, it was like boom. I was like, I know my car did not just go
That's-
into this house. Like the wind, but it was legit a 4.4 Richter
What's
scale
the highest?
earthquake.
What's the highest?
6 is it a 6 or 8?
What, the highest
Highest
earthquake?
like earthquake rating.
They said.
I don't know.
No, she
What's it,
said
Turkey said
3.8. The
7.2?
the news reported a
That's
4.8.
in West Seneca.
Oh yeah.
In
that's-
West
it
Seneca was
Oh, West
3?
Seneca was
Well,
a
Buffalo,
3.
I think it was 4.
Buffalo, it was a 4.4.
Or something like
We're just happy that everybody is safe. There has been no reported casualties yet, no extensive damage. So
that. Yeah,
be safe out there. It wasn't the rapture.
right. Yeah, my wife thought it was a rapture. We were sitting there talking to each other.
Everybody calling a pastor. Oh, 9.5.
is the highest.
So
That's crazy.
apparently
We was at a
everybody was
6?
calling a pastor to see if the pastor was still here.
Everybody.
Still here, brother? All right.
All right. Like
Everybody-
legit in the group text though, like for the armor bearers, pastor didn't respond for a long time.
She was asleep.
She was asleep.
She was asleep. Listen.
Wasn't
Like they
right.
was like, wait a minute. We ain't got no message from Pat. Hello. But no. Also
For the rest of the next 7 days, everybody gonna be at Bible study.
Right.
Everybody
Everybody
be at
living
church.
right.
But
early-
early Monday on early morning, an apartment fire in Buffalo has left an estimated $310,000 worth of damage. Crews were called to 86 Hawley Street at 10:15 Saturday, and they're still investigating how the fire started. So
Oh,
it's still
wow.
under investigation. Buffalo say that a 19-year-old man was shot on Broadway and Wick on Sunday morning. Officers were called to Broadway Wick Street around 11:15 a.m. Sunday. According to the police, 19-year-old Buffalo man was shot multiple times. He was taken to ECMC where he underwent surgery. Police are looking for any information.
He survived?
As of right now, he is still alive.
Okay.
And another early morning fire in Buffalo has left an estimated $110,000 in damage. Officers were called to the Girard Place 12:30 a.m. on Thursday. Police say that the fire started on the first floor of the residential structure.
Oh wow.
So y'all be careful. Legit, you guys be careful out here because also space heaters.
Yes.
Yeah.
If it is old, let it go. Space heaters are causing a whole bunch more fires, especially with the extreme colds. You want to turn your heat up. Do not have your space heater running all day, every day, because that can also start a fire. And please do not sleep with your cell phones underneath your pillow because the overheating can also start a fire.
Mhm.
I know a young boy who got severe burns because his cell phone was underneath his pillow and it overheated and it started a fire and his face was obviously on the
Right.
pillow.
Right.
Wow.
Just do better with that.
Especially that old wiring as a homeless
Yeah.
man.
There was
Right, right.
also in the
Number
city
2.
of Niagara Falls, a reckless driver sped into the Woodlands mobile home community. As dispatchers were checking the area, a second 911 caller reported that a vehicle crashed into the home on 435 Notney Pine Drive. The person was arrested for driving while intoxicated. His joint was over 0.08 and failure to not speed because he was speeding, and then failure to use designated lanes violations. So Y'all stop drinking and driving.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
for real. Shout out to Buffalo, New York. Supports a downtown UPS that is now Black owned.
Nice,
What?
nice.
Let's
It's
go.
on
That's
345
what's up.
Broadway Street, corner of Walnut. So get your UPS on
Word.
With the black folks.
with the black folk. Last in local news, officers say a 20-year-old man with a gunshot wound arrived in ECMC in a private car just after 12:30 Saturday morning. Police say he may have been attacked near the corner of East Delavan and Bailey Avenue. They're looking for information because they don't know the victim's name or his condition right now. All right, y'all. That's our local news for today. We're getting ready to get into our final thoughts. I'm gonna throw it to the Buffalo Bennett first.
Take that shower. Know what I mean? Manscaped. We spent a lot of time on body odor today. Take that shower, fellas. Get you the Manscaped. Manscaped. Shout out to Manscaped. Give me an endorsement, man. give the whole 716 Fire 716.
No,
Give
facts.
Big
Listen.
Frank an endorsement.
Listen.
You know what I mean? But nah, seriously, take care of your body, take care of your spiritual health, take care of your mental health. Put God first.
Facts.
Daniel.
Daniel the Dark Knight.
Shoot, I've been gone for a minute. Now I'm back with the jump on.
Hey.
Shoot. My thing for today is we gotta learn to be selfish
Mhm.
sometimes. You go through your day doing for people, and nothing is wrong with getting your thank yous, and what I'm saying, maybe somebody dropping something off on you every once in a while, but sometimes you need to be selfish and be like, look, family, this has not been an even transaction. And
Yeah.
it's gonna have to start getting even somehow, some way.
Valid.
So nothing wrong with, I ain't telling nobody not to do for nobody. I ain't telling nobody don't do nobody no favors and be extra. But sometimes it's important to be selfish for yourself.
Kev on air.
So
Get on deep.
stop procrastinating.
I can't help it though. I got so bad.
Dag. See, I'm in the room.
Lord help me. Please.
You gotta want it, sir.
Elder Caleb.
Listen.
Wow.
It's just because he was gone for a week. That's all that
That's
was.
that.
That was the Lord. Came right through.
Listen.
Go ahead, Kev.
Stuff got to get done. And delaying time is not in your best interest, especially with what you got going on. What you got going on it'll change your life and everybody else around you. So don't procrastinate. I'm not talking to anybody but myself. If the word hits, take it. But yeah, don't procrastinate.
My final words is trust the process.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, going into maturity, even if whether it's business, is school, is life, is your relationship with God, is really marriage, anything, you have to understand that everything has a process, and to try to continue to try to skip steps of the process is only going to cause you to have to go over the process all over again. It may be uncomfortable, it may be stretching you, it may cause you to have hard conversations, but you have to trust the process. We cannot continue to just keep living this perpetual cycle of going through the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. That is the definition of insanity. The process is what it is. Endure the process. If God chose you and allowed you to go through it, that means that you were designed to not only go through it, but you were designed to be victorious. God is not going to put you in something that causes you to fail. You have to understand that the process is necessary. If you want to get, your eyes fixed, you got to go through the process of getting the referral, running it through the insurance before you can get LASIK. So why would you think that life is good, that you're going to be able to skip another process or have a side, have a side door to skip through some steps? No, endure the process. because the outcome of it is going to be more than you imagine. I never thought I would see myself sitting at the table of places that I'm sitting, saying the things that I was saying. But if I had to skip the process or not allow the process to happen, I would not be where I am today. So that is my word for you. Trust the process, allow it to happen, understand the uncomfortable, but trust that you won't die in it. This is your girl, Jay Cherie, Big Frank in the morning. I'm in the room with my boys, the Buffalo Bennetts, Kev on air, Daniel the Dark Knight. We will be back on Wednesday morning, full crew doing what we do. Y'all be blessed, y'all. Take care.